What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television here on a happy
Hump Day
edition of the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time, and for fans of the Sports Web and the Tampa Bay sports fan, it is your time. It's my favorite time because it is a Wednesday as we get that much closer to the weekend. Lots of things to talk about tonight here on the Sports Web. But how do we start off this show as we always do it? As you know it, you love it, you got to have it. Bring your passion, bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. On tonight's show, we will have Harry the Greek, professional handicapper extraordinaire, on talking about what else, the Bucs defeat there to the New England Patriots. And then once again, we will turn the page because the Bucs will take on the Buffalo Bills. And in case you have not heard, I do away watch parties live at Tampa Joe's 9316 Anderson Road. Get out there. Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans, come out there. Get on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. Cheer on your team. Great food, great atmosphere, and of course, home of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. And if that wasn't enough, because I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, because Saturday, the U.S. Bulls by the way, 24th ranked in the college football latest poll there, so you got to love that. They take on Navy on Saturday at noon. Same place there, 9316 Anderson Road in Tampa. It's Tampa Joe's, once again, home of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. And also, on top of that, a great sponsor here. It's Up the Block Barbershop. You like the haircut, you like a fade, you like a beard trim. You don't have to go too far. It's Up the Block Barbershop, 4946 Moog Road in Holiday, Florida. Go see my favorite barber right there, Ricky, along with all the great barbers that are at Up the Block Barbershop. Once again, tell them the Rolex reporter Peter Blake sent you. Again, Up the Block Barber Shop right there. So we'll get back to it. Not only on tonight's show, we'll have Harry the Greek, but we will also have the media icon, Mr. TJ Rives of the Buccaneer Radio Network, taking your phone calls. As always, getting your Buccaneer questions as the phone lines are open. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Live here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram Live, LinkedIn Live, all those great platforms. Like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube, as YouTube Super Chats are right there available for you. If you like the content, give to the content. And Facebook Stars. Go friend me at Peter H. Blake. Go follow me at Twitter. I believe it's Peter Blake, the Sports Web. It's too long of a name. I gotta, kind of change it. And then Instagram Live, P Blake 1003. So give me a like and a follow right there. So I tell you what, let's go out to the comments from the webheads, because I know there's going to be some trolls. I know there's going to be some good content. I know there's going to be webheads out there. And you know what? We'll hold off on going out to the comments. Let's get out to the phone line, because that's what we do here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. Let's get out to Eric Moreno. Eric, welcome to the Evolution of Sports Talk Television here on a happy
Hump Day
edition, my friend. Go ahead.
Bring the passion, bring the excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense.
Yeah, winner, chicken dinner. Good stuff, my friend. I love it. All right, what's on your mind?
What you think Bucky, or you would think Bucky would have a better chance to play? I mean, I don't think they're going to play this week. But
wait a minute. I didn't get a chance to say that because, to some Bucs fans, the season was over with. They were, instead of being 6-3, they were 3-6. Bucky was never coming back. Chris Godwin was never coming back. Guess what? They were back in practice today. How about that? Yeah. So we'll see if they play against the Buffalo Bills, but that's an encouraging sign. All hope is not lost. So to answer your question, I don't know. Would they practice if they weren't ready? They may be ready. They may be just getting ready for the Rams. Who knows?
Yeah,
But,
that's what someone was saying. Yeah, I mean, it was only a
right.
walkthrough, so they're not gonna, is there a way to test Bucky's shoulder without pads? They're not gonna, hit him on purpose.
They're
And
not going to let you
so
know. That's for sure. They've been
no.
very, very
So
secretive when it comes to the injury situation, and as they should. They're playing chess over there, not checkers like everybody else is in the National Football League.
it's hard to hit, it's hard to test someone's shoulder without pads,
Well,
so
we don't know what they did or what they took. But again, we have no idea. We had no idea that Chris Godwin was going to come back early. All reports said he was going to be back later than that. We heard that Luke Gedeke may be out for the year. He's come back. He's played well. Tristan Wirfs, we heard he was not going to come back for a little bit. He's able to come back. So who knows? We didn't even know about the reshuffling of the offensive line. It's those tricky Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We don't know.
You think, Evans week 14, week 15 maybe?
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll
week
see.
14 will be the Saints game on the 7th, but then they have a game 4 days later against the Falcons. So I'm hearing maybe that Panthers game, maybe week 15.
Well, you got the Falcons game there, and then you got 10 days in between until you play again. So maybe that's the ticket. I don't know. I heard he was out for the year, but maybe they get him back. I mean, that's what every Bucs fan is looking forward to, getting all these players back from injury. Not having the reshuffling, not having the inconsistencies with the offense, because I definitely think it's affecting the offense. And then on top of it, Baker Mayfield is a little bit banged up. He's played banged up here the last couple weeks.
Yeah, hopefully he can, I mean, he's not that fast, but he can scramble. So, he has no rushing yards and, so
yeah,
hopefully, he can, scramble some plays and, but I mean, Aaron Rodgers came back in 6 weeks from a broken clavicle, but Evans is a receiver, so that's he's not getting hit, running routes, and you can easily re-injure it, and then here we go again.
Well, that's what you don't want. You don't want a re-injury. That's the reason why the Bucs are very particular, very cautious, if you will, when it comes to these injury situations. We don't know the major injuries. We don't know what the injury is. When it comes to, of course, Bucky Irving, we heard it was a knee and ankle, and now it's a shoulder. So we don't know. We don't know what the injury situation is with Chris Godwin Jr. Just we'll keep you monitored that situation, and if it comes available on Sunday afternoon, which hopefully you get a chance to come out to Tampa Joe's, 9316 Anderson Road in Tampa. In fact, I'm going to throw it out there. A lot of the webheads haven't come out. I've been a little bit disappointed. What do you think makes a good watch party? In your opinion, Eric, what makes a good watch party besides the evolution of sports talk television? What makes you want to go out to Tampa Joe's on Saturday and Sunday watching USF and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? I'm going to throw it out there to everybody tonight. That's the question.
Yes. Just gathering and, having fun and, I mean, whether you drink or not, or, having, food, or just chilling with some Bucs fans. And
so fun atmosphere. It's more Bucs fans than anybody else. That's what it comes down to. Getting together with there you go. We got a great fun atmosphere at Tampa Joe's on Sunday. I expect to see you there, Eric. All right.
All right, I'll try.
Go, you got to do it, man. Come on. Stop saying you're going to try. Just get out there and do it. Come out here and support the evolution of sports talk television. We don't try on this show.
I usually watch the games with my friends' house.
Well, come and bring your friends. Bring your friends here. You get an opportunity to be on the evolution of sports talk television. You get a chance to watch it with yours truly, along with all kinds of Bucs fans at Tampa Joe's. What do you have to lose?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Of course I'm right. I'm always right. That's why I do a show. I'll see you on Sunday, okay?
All right.
All right, Eric. Appreciate it. Use the second call if you want to. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. That's the question for the night. What makes a good watch party for you? What makes you want to come out to Tampa Joe's? I'm not going to act like I know everything about everything. Like, I know how to do this show. I know how to produce it. I know how to make it look and make it sound. but I'm kind of new to this watch party thing. You tell me, Bucs fans. You tell me, Webheads. You tell me, Tampa Bay sports fans, what makes you want to come out to Tampa Joe's? 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. So let's get out to this man right here. Here we go. Mr. Greek himself, Mr. Professional Handicapper Extraordinaire, my co-host, my partner in crime, who's come out there to Tampa Joe's, who's done shows on the evolution of Sports Talk Television. Let's get out to you, my friend. Welcome to the evolution of Sports Talk Television. And that's the big time question for me tonight. I'm throwing it out there. What makes you want to come out to this watch party? Let's get more Bucs fans out there. Let's go ahead and just absolutely surround that place with nothing but USF Bulls fans on Saturday afternoon. I get it. It's kind of Saturday morning at noon, so you guys got to get up at 11. And Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock. But once again, welcome to a happy Hump Day edition of the Evolution.
Hump Day?
Hump Day.
Hump Day?
Why is this my favorite day? Every week, it's my favorite day.
Because we know tomorrow is
Yes.
the second to the last day of the week that I have to work. That's why it's so
Well,
wonderful.
there you
Peter,
go.
how the hell are you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great, man. I'm getting ready for these watch parties this weekend. I'm getting ready for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we had some great news today. Bucky Irving, Chris Godwin Jr. returned to practice. I know you're not a doctor, and I know you don't play one on TV.
Oh, I did actually.
Well, you did. What are you, Trapper MD?
No, buddy. I played a doctor. I'm Dr. Feelgood.
Oh, Dr. Feelgood. I thought you were going to go with Dr. Love, but you went with Dr. Feelgood, not Dr. Phil. All right. All right, my friend.
Dr. Feelgood.
Dr. Feelgood. Little Motley Crue for you. Love that rock reference. That's always good here on the evolution. Yes. I used to be a DJ. I kind of play some music. I know some things. With that being said, I don't know what's going on with the injury situation, but it seems like it could be turning around. So what do we think about Bucky Irving and Chris Godwin Jr. returning? Welcome to the evolution of Sports Talk Television.
You know, Peter, I got to tell you, man, it's a really, really difficult uphill battle, especially bringing it back for this game against Buffalo. Had they won last week, I don't think you'd quite see Bucky this week. I'll be honest with you. It's not like it's a must win for the Buccaneers, but this is a really tough stretch of games that they're going to have. I don't, even with them two coming back, I don't like this matchup this week. Unfortunately, I like this matchup against the Rams the following week a lot more than I like against Buffalo. Unfortunately, and I'm just going to release it. I think Buffalo wins this game outright. They're a heavy favorite in this game, and there's a reason for it.
Well, and what do you think the reason is for? What's the main reason?
Tampa's just not a better football team right now. I'm not saying that in a month from now, or if they had a chance to meet in the Super Bowl, that Tampa wouldn't be a better football team. But right now, they're just not better. I know they lost to Miami. Buffalo's a lot more hungry. They lose this game, New England wins. They're going to be 3 games behind them. There's so many hidden factors on why Buffalo looks so good in this game. I mean, I still think it's going to be competitive, and I'm going to root for them, but that's not a game that I'm going to be giving out and say, yeah, Tampa's going to cover the points or Tampa's going to win. I don't think Tampa looks good.
We don't know what the weather conditions are, but they may play a factor. Maybe some wind, maybe some. Do you know? I mean, I feel like we need Dennis Phillips.
Not yet. I will be getting the. I usually look tomorrow to get an idea what the weather is going to be like. It takes a couple of days.
Yeah, we know your guy. There's a guy in your family that's on News Nation that does the weather. Maybe we need to get him on sometime.
It's not just my guy. It's my nephew. It's my godson, my nephew. It's Max Saperis. Awesome meteorologist. But yes, I'd love to get him on sometimes because I think it would be very beneficial for us.
Well, it would be. Absolutely. And he's part of your family, so you can't go wrong with that. All right, let's go out to the webheads here. Van House Life. I'm first, Peter, because I'm your biggest fan and troll. Appreciate that as always. And because you're going to troll me, this is what you're also going to get. There you go. Godwin will get injured again by the second quarter. Just wait. He's made of glass. And I have this to say. Way to speak it into existence, troll bag. Let's go out to Parrish here. Ben Parrish off of YouTube. What's up, PB? New week. LFG Bucks. Yes. Tim says, what's up, Peter? What's going on with you, my friend? Bucky and CG back on the practice field with the prayers. Yes, absolutely.
Yes!
Tied with Carolina in the division. No, they're not. Van House Life. Bucs won't win this one, Pete. Hate to break it to you. They'll be 6-4 by next week. Okay. Okay, great. Evening, everyone. Thanks a lot, Christopher Cole.
Yeah!
It's going to be snowing in Buffalo. Bucs have half their team. It won't be good for us. I know the Greek would agree with me. He says you agree with him. You've already said your reasons. Is weather. Could weather change the
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you what would benefit the Buccaneers here.
Okay.
I think some snow or some wet conditions would definitely benefit the Buccaneers in this game.
And why is that?
Because you're going to have Bucky Irving back. He's a very shifty runner. I think he's going to be very hard to bring down. Baker Mayfield is very elusive in the pocket. He's very used to playing in cold and crappy conditions for those reasons. Not the other reasons that we used to hear, Buck fans, how the Buccaneers were horrible when the temperature was below, the Mendoza line of 39 degrees. Oh, my God. Listen, man. Two teams got to play in this weather, and you have a couple of good weather you have a good cold weather quarterback in Baker Mayfield. He played in Cleveland. That's what I like to call it. Okay, that's the mistake by the lake. He's had plenty of practice in the snow. Trust me when I tell you, bad weather is going to favor the Bucs because you're going to slow that track meet down for Buffalo. So pray for bad weather.
All right, let's see here.
Your thoughts? What do you think of my opinion there, Pete?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think
Did you ever think that someone out there was going to tell you you're hoping for bad weather and it would be in favor for the Bucs? Cold and snow. Did you ever think you'd hear anything like that?
No, I did
not. That's
not.
what I'm hoping for in this game.
I think it may happen.
There you go.
If it may happen, then you have to run the ball.
You have a better running team in Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're not going to have to run as many routes. You don't want to throw the ball when it's 45-mile-an-hour wind gusts from east to west when you're heading north and south.
Sure.
That favors Tampa. I'm sorry.
That does favor Tampa. It also would favor Josh Allen, though, because he can run with the ball, and I think that's the biggest weapon. And they also have James Cook, who's a pretty good running back.
Let me be really clear when I say this.
Go ahead.
Okay. Tampa lost this game against New England for no other reason than a couple of lucky plays. And I don't want to hear anything again like we heard on Monday about firing Todd Bowles and doing this. He didn't play defense, okay? They played zero containment in the backfield, and they let everything get around on the edges. If you don't believe me, rewatch the tape. Good luck, Josh Allen, running outside the tackles in this game. Watch out, running game for Buffalo, trying to run to the outside. Because trust me, there's one thing I know about Todd Bowles. They don't make the same mistake twice.
Well, that's very true. It's very true. And they did make some moves here.
And I still don't like Tampa in this game. Let me be clear. I'm giving you the reasons for it. I don't bet with this. I bet with this. I'm going to bet with what I see. Everything is against Tampa in this game. But if you get some snow and you get some cold weather, it's going to favor the Buccaneers.
Well, there was some turn of events. There was some news here.
By the way, who is this Van House Life? I just got to ask you.
This is
no, really. Who the hell is this?
The Grease said we should fire Todd Bowles. Yeah, he never said that.
Man. I never said anything like that.
He never said it all.
That's great off the shot right there.
His name
does he follow us or something? I don't know.
He does. He's one of the webheads. He's a troll.
But I've never said anything about firing Todd Bowles.
Never.
Okay, I was just curious. I don't know if he's goofing or not.
Yeah, of course he is. He's trolling you. He also says the Greek is a koala bear, and I love it.
Koala, hang on.
By the way, it is cold outside. How cold?
It ain't cold outside. Are you kidding me?
It's cold outside.
Now, who do I look like?
Oh, you look like Bill Belichick.
There you go. There you go. Hang on.
It's very good. Yeah, it's Bill Belichick. All right, let's go.
I won the Super Bowl. You ready?
Yeah, exactly. The range of emotion. If Bill Belichick were
hang on, you might get this. You ready, Pete? Look at the face.
Yes. Well, listen, if he were an actor, he would be like Kristen Stewart. You ever seen her act before? That's Bill Belichick. There's no difference with their acting at all. All right, let's go out to this guy.
Acknowledge me.
Let's go out to the tribal troll here, Mr. Rogers.
That's right.
Who's on
the tribal troll, the one and only Van House Life. I'm giving you one last shot.
One last
Don't
shot for
screw
what?
it up.
Well, you can't get rid of people. Okay,
There's only one troll in this house.
We need subscribers, and we have trolls.
This Malacca insulted the Greek.
Well, I mean,
I'm okay, buddy. I'm okay. Hey, man, how you doing, brother? How's everything going for you? I haven't talked to you in a
I'm
while.
good, man.
let me ask you, Roger. Let me
Just
ask
celebrated the 55th birthday.
you. 55th birthday, aka 75.
55, man. Double nickels. One of my
Yes.
favorite numbers and one of my favorite football players of all time, and it
Yes.
belongs to 2 linebackers. Can you tell me, Peter Blake, who one of them is?
Yes, I can. Who's my favorite player? Mr. Derek Brooks.
And
That's
I'm going to
who.
ask Mr. Rogers, too, who is one of my other favorite players, number 55. Roger, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So who's the other number 55 that I love?
Oh my God. Brain fart. I have no clue.
See how old he is? It's that would be Lance
Alzheimer's.
Briggs.
Thank you, Lance Briggs, buddy.
Lance
Double
Briggs.
nickels.
Yeah,
yeah. Oh my God.
Oh my God. You say you're a Bears fan. You're not.
That's good enough to suck right there.
Let me ask you, Roger, before you get on some type of tangent about nonsensical garbage that you spew out.
I don't bring the nonsense.
You always bring the nonsense. What makes a good watch party in your opinion? What would make you come out to Tampa Joe's on Sunday?
Strippers.
Okay, that's an opinion, but they don't have strippers.
I think I suggested
this
to you before.
How did I know it would be you? How did I know it would be you?
I suggested this to you before. I think what would be something that might attract more people.
Yeah.
I told you, do a merch giveaway. Get a couple of the Sports Web shirts made up and do like a raffle or a drawing or something like that. Give away a little bit of merch.
So merch makes you come there. So if I got some Bucs shirts or some Sports Web shirts,
so I'm going to get you a jock strap that says the Sports Web on it, and you're going to come, correct?
It says Ronald Jones, a victim of volume. There you go. Love that. That's great. That's a great reference there, Greek. So is that what's going to take there, Roger, for you to get out there on Sunday?
That was a good idea, Pete.
Sure, absolutely. Let's
merch
do
is merch.
Merch.
Actually, Sunday, no, I'm not available. My aunt and uncle are coming in from Arizona, and I have to pick them up at the airport.
So
and
bring
he's
them.
Going to be busy watching the Bear game. Bring the aunt and uncle, man. They're going to have a great time.
Yes, bring them. Bring them. We'll get food there. Come on, bring them to Tampa Joe's. 9316 Anderson Road. Come on.
I know it is. I've eaten there a million times.
And you haven't come to one
The
watch
wings are
party.
amazing.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. So bring your aunt and uncle. Bring yourself. Deal?
Bring it Chicago style, brother.
Deal?
So, Greek, how have you been, Greek? I haven't talked to you in forever.
You know what? Not bad, buddy. Not bad. Thank you so much for asking.
Yes, because we had some health scare with Mr. Greek here.
We don't want to talk about that. Life is good, buddy. Life is good.
Life is
above
good.
Ground and everything is great.
There you go.
Absolutely.
All right. So I beat you today at Smart Financial. We'll just throw that out there because you took about 1,000 breaks. I didn't take any breaks.
Yeah. And you only beat me by 3. So what does that do for you?
3 is 3. 3 will look a lot better on my check than yours.
And I beat you yesterday too. So
by
whatever.
1. But okay. But here's the deal. If I beat you for the rest of the week, you should come out to Tampa Joe's on Sunday. Deal?
How about if you beat me the rest of the week, you buy me the 2 lunches you owe me?
I don't owe you 2 lunches. You're out.
He doesn't ever pay people back.
But
how many times have I bought you lunch this week?
I'll tell you what. I'll buy you lunch
Twice.
if you come out to Tampa Joe's. How about that? How about that?
How about no?
All right.
How about no?
Oh, great. Thank you.
How about no?
All right, so Roger.
Go Bucs. Go Bears.
You're a bum. Get out of here.
Go Bears. Go Bucs. Thanks, man. Appreciate the call.
On the phone line, 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. See? That's what I'm saying. Like, first thing he suggests, strippers. Sorry, guys. Can't do that.
We'll bring the strippers out, too.
God.
I think it's a wonderful idea. It's a family show.
Sure, absolutely.
If the man wants strippers, we get them strippers. Poor TJ's just coming in going, what the hell are they talking about? I mean, you know what? I'm going to bring him in. You don't even have to introduce him. This is the man, the myth, the legend, as you call him, the media icon. I call him a very good friend, Mr. TJ Rives. TJ, how the hell are you doing, buddy?
Fantastic. What if I walked into on the segue? I heard something about strippers.
You see, this is perfect. One of Peter's degenerate friends
Right.
Okay, I have to use it that way. Okay, that he works with, who I absolutely
clearly
love.
It can't be Travis. He's not in that category. He's not.
No, he's not degenerate.
It's not
He
Ray.
says, "What would make it enticing to come out to Tampa Joe's? How come I haven't seen you?" And he says, "Strippers." And I went, "That's a great opinion."
Well, yeah, but that's not exactly the clientele that Tampa Joe's with that.
Yes, that's it.
We can promise it. Are they there?
Let's say at the top of the show,
Okay.
massive USF game against Navy on Saturday, high noon. And yes, play it. Put the hat on right away. I was going to put it on later. Massive game for them on Saturday. And that's followed up by the BUCCANEERS Go Bucks on Sunday at 1. This.
Yes. I mean, we got it for you.
So come out to Tampa Joe's and be there for the doubleheader. Maybe you can't be there Saturday, be there Sunday. Maybe you can't be there Sunday, be there Saturday. Come be out there, because the argument can be made at this stage and with what's riding on it here in November. This is the biggest USF road game in program history.
Without question.
Because, by the way, the hat is back on. This here logo was on the graphic on the college football playoff reveal on ESPN Tuesday night.
Right.
So that means it is now in play for them to be in the playoff if they continue to win. And this is the last road game of significance in the regular season before the championship game. So I echo here again that get out to Tampa Joe's on Anderson Road, right at the Veterans Expressway, and Waters and Anderson is where he's going to be Saturday and Sunday. Enjoy the good food. Harry, we've been out there. The good food, the good time, Peter.
Yes.
Get the Bulls fans out there Saturday. Have the Bucs fans there Sunday. We'll talk about that in a few minutes.
Yeah.
But be there at Tampa Joe's. What else is going on Wednesday night besides the fact that the Rangers have freight trained the Lightning tonight at downtown at Benchmark International Arena?
Too many injuries. You got to circle back to the USF Bulls. Ladies and gentlemen, it's supposed to be a cakewalk. They're an 11-point favorite at Navy.
Wow.
And it's going to be a high-scoring affair. Vegas has this line at 65 points.
Yeah, and a lot of that's because of USF, obviously.
Absolutely. Can you imagine that they're an 11-point favorite to the 24th ranked team in the nation? Come on, Turbo. You got to get out of it.
Turbo is showing a little backside there. Yep. A little bravado. But let's say
here's what Turbo thinks is the Patriots.
That's correct. Yes, we'll get to that in a moment. We got some. You and I have to clear something up in a minute.
Yes,
Blake Horvath is the quarterback for Navy, and you got to love this because we're in the day and age. Harry, you talk about it all the time, where the gambling and the instantaneous knowledge and the information and whatever is critical. So Navy withheld the entire week and into the weekend that Horvath wasn't going to play, who's the explosive option quarterback for Navy against Notre Dame. And then 30 minutes before kick time, when he hadn't been warming up, they suddenly passed the word in the press box. Yeah, Horvath ain't playing against Notre Dame. Thanks for that. So it's a big yes. So it's a big question because again, in college they don't have to declare out.
Do you have any clue how much money that cost the books? They don't get very happy.
Okay.
Ask Classe from the Cleveland Indians how unhappy the boys can be.
Yeah, well, all right. So now we fast forward to 5 days later, and we're sitting here midweek 4 or 5 days later, and you have to assume that he's a question mark at best to play in this game. And how do you believe them with whatever they're telling you about whether he can play or not? It is supposedly an upper body injury, whatever that is. It's not a leg injury. So he is... Greek, would you not say this on the 10-point or 11-point line? That quarterback is worth easily 5 or 6 points for Navy.
Without question. But in today's day and age, and this is going to kind of sound funny, when you need that extra day, it's an upper body injury. That could be a mental health day.
Well,
for today's society.
Well, maybe
TJ, so. I need a mental health day. I don't know if I can play.
This is a big one though for Navy too. I know what you're saying sarcastically. But it's a big moment for Navy because the winner of this game is now in the driver's seat to be in the championship game with only one loss. And we might have mentioned But we hope that team is this team right here.
USF.
Thank you for the fight song yet again.
Yes.
USF is clearly such a better football team.
Agreed.
They really are. But the better team doesn't always
the
win.
The only equalizer is Horvath, and the fact that this is an early game at noon. Peter's going to be there at Tampa Joe's, I think, for breakfast. What are we considering it? Breakfast, brunch?
Yeah, by 11 o'clock. We're going to be on the air by 11:30, giving you a pregame show and talking to Bulls fans. And hopefully there's lots of Bulls fans out there.
What's the concern about early start time in Annapolis and sleepy start for USF?
That's a slow start because you get off to a slow start. And then at that point, you're expending or expounding that much energy to get back in the game. You don't want to have a slow start because
you were right the first time on expending, by the way, not expounding.
Expending energy. So there you go. You don't want to do that. You don't want to get off to a slow start, especially on the road. And you kind of.
Do you buy the sleepy start thing at all for USF as a concern? Not really. Look at that.
Not really. Okay. All right.
By the way, they do have a recent common opponent. Peter, I was with you at Tampa Joe's as the Bulls freight trained North Texas. They got off to a bit of a slow start,
right?
But then they wiped out North Texas in the second and third quarter. That North Texas team beat Navy with Horvath healthy a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
And Mestamaker, the quarterback, torched them in the air in that game in Denton, the same place where USF won. So that's not everything, but that's just a comparison of in the recent. They both played North Texas, and the Bulls smashed North Texas, and Navy lost to them for what it's worth for 7.
I'm so confident in this game that I think that the USF Bulls, I love when I do my prognosticating, they're going to get 3 turnovers on defense, and they will turn it into a minimum of 14 to 17 points.
All right.
And listen, that's been the big
green
time.
And gold. Yeah.
That's been the big time difference with the defense this year. They've been able to get turnovers. Not only that, get pressure. That's what they did against UTSA. That's what they did against North Texas. That's how they changed the complexion of the game in the second half. And then on top of it, Brown has gotten better accuracy-wise. He's really put on the show. He's not only running with the ball, but he's throwing in the pocket accurately. They have explosive plays that they can do that. They're in the driver's seat, and like you said, they control their own destiny. You win this game, you win the rest of your games. You're going to be at Raymond James Stadium. I think it's like December 5th.
Friday night.
That hosting.
My understanding is it's the Friday night game. It's not on Saturday, December 5th, 8 o'clock, ABC. It's up in the air. Is the game in New Orleans? Is the game in Tampa? And again, the essential tiebreaker from the American Conference, this is on their website. The second tiebreaker besides head-to-head is who's the higher-ranked team in the college football playoff rankings, which right now would be USF to host the game. So
there you go.
Stay tuned on the Bulls for Saturday. All right, now, Mr. Greek.
Sir.
Did you or did you not say to me 7 nights ago, you got nothing to worry about for Buccaneers, go Bucs, and the New England Patriots? You even said to me the score was going to be 31-13 Tampa Bay. And I had a much rougher Sunday than you envisioned, as it turns out. I think all of us did, as it turns out, including Todd Bowles and his defense that saw those big plays. So, Greek, what do you have to say for yourself?
Heavenly TJ, please forgive me.
Yes.
Okay. Just please forgive me on that one. That was a very bold prediction, but again, I'll have to forgive you because you don't see the game from my view as well because you're on the field, and Peter doesn't see it because he's sitting way up there in the press box.
Right.
But I get that bird's eye view. Let's just put it this way. I don't think you'll see a game by Tampa's defense like you see in last week. To give up those
the rest
plays,
of the year, you mean? The rest of the year.
You're not going to see that again. You line this game up again, my prediction comes true. Tampa needs to shore up a few things. They had a couple of very unlucky breaks, especially on defense. I mean, it's not a point of executing. There was people for gap discipline that weren't in their gaps. They were over pursuing, and it's not anything that that New England did that was so special that made the Buccaneers look bad is it was the Bucs weren't in their proper lanes. That's exactly what happened.
Drake May, I can say this at field level, Harry. Drake May was the real deal on Sunday because he stood in 2 or 3 times where he was about to get blasted
and
made the throw. I mean, Vita Vea was destroying him on that long throw to Mac Hollins in the fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many quarterbacks in the NFL would have hung in. That's an NFL play. So,
I'm going to give you that.
He throws the interception right after that, though. He throws the interception shortly thereafter.
I get that. But let me be really clear when I said this. Everybody says, how many yards is Tampa going to run for? Peter's like, they're going to go for 110. I said, they're going to go for around 100 yards. Anything over 100, I feel extremely confident. The key is you had to hold New England to under 100 yards rushing because that's the way that they set up their play action. And nobody in the NFL right now can throw a deep pass like Drake May. The touch and the accuracy.
Yep.
And Tampa couldn't blitz the way they wanted to. Hence the reason for the big plays on the outside. Hence the reason for the plays going deep, and they were completing them. I'm telling you, man, it was something special to see. 40 less yards equate to about 2 less touchdowns because I don't think Tampa was going to fall into that trap. I've rewatched it 3 different times. I'm telling you, line this game up again. Health-wise, didn't make a difference. Tampa wins that game, and I stand by it.
Well,
very unlucky for the Buccaneers.
And let's just say this, too, while we're here. And you got the commenters, and if you want to take a couple phone calls, we can do this, too, as well, Peter. So
yes,
I like
absolutely.
I produce the Wednesday night show on the fly here with you. That is a game, kids. It is a game. It is not the end of the season. It's not indicative of the whole first half of the season. Like people are suddenly getting amnesia that you went to Houston and won a huge Monday night game, earlier in the year. You went to Seattle and won a massive game in Seattle, a wild game, and Seattle is really good. Ask the Arizona Cardinals. You get the win over San Francisco, and say what you want about Brock Purdy not being there, but Mac Jones has beaten like 5 other teams as the backup quarterback, and you beat them in that game. So you've won some games here in the 6-3 start. And that will lead us to Buffalo. We'll get to the Buffalo conversation and the weather and whenever you want to have that here on the program. But I don't, we get into the mindset here this week of, you're in such trouble because you lost a game to New England. No, the season's not over, and you've won some key games, and you get everything right back into place if you can go win this game with Buffalo and be 7-3 with the stretch run and the schedule and how soft the schedule is at the end, where you're playing teams like Arizona, New Orleans, and Atlanta for a 10th win, an 11th win, or maybe a 12th win down the road. That's what you want.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you what, let's go out to the phone lines here. Trevor, you're on the Evolution with yours truly, the media icon, Mr. TJ Rives of the Buccaneer Radio Network, and, of course, the Greek himself, Harry the Greek, professional handicapper extraordinaire. What's on your mind tonight, my friend?
Good evening, gentlemen. How y'all doing?
Doing great, man. Happy hump day, buddy.
We're good.
Hump day.
So my thing is, it was a tough loss Sunday versus Patriots. In y'all's opinion, people are already saying we're going to lose the game, whatever. I think it's a game that we can win. What did you guys see from Buffalo? I mean, if you watched Buffalo this year, what do you think we have that we can take advantage of, like versus, whether it's their offense or whether it's their defense in Buffalo? What is something that you can say, hey, I think if we do X, Y, and Z, we'll have a shot to beat these guys?
You take that one. TJ, let him take that one, and you and I will play cleanup on that because I got a good opinion on it.
Well, I mean, one thing that seems to be in the Buccaneers' favor is Bucky Irving, that he's back practicing. So stay tuned on that. Again, I will only point this out. It was a walkthrough practice today, as you saw some of the video that some of the media members were putting out. And Todd Bowles was very clear. We got to wait and see, can he take contact on that shoulder? It's been a wait and see the last couple of weeks, and they've been extra cautious for that. So, Trevor, the point I'm coming to is if the weather is bad and you can run the football, and Buffalo's run defense appears to be vulnerable, they're there to be had. That is an enormous key in this game. If you can start ripping off runs, if Bucky's in there, or at least with Rashad White and Sean Tucker, if Bucky's not in there, If you can establish the run, stick with the run, and you're putting 5, 7, 9-yard runs or maybe longer together in this game, that goes a long way towards victory. I will put that as a critical key. Clean that up, Greek. And Peter, what do you think?
Yeah, I will say this. I'll go to the injury stuff here. Starting cornerback Christian Benford and Taron Johnson, both out for the Miami game. There's no guarantee they're going to be in for this game. So that's 2 years. And I know we put this out there for the Detroit Lions. They were banged up, but that's critical not having those two corners there. You also have rotational defensive end, and AJ Espinosa is not in, and Landon Jackson, who only played 2 snaps. He's a rookie. He suffered a knee injury. He may not be in. So at the end of the day, you have rookies. I get it. Rookies can step up, but you would think in that secondary, you would have some type of advantage, especially with throwing the ball. And then on top of it, that offensive line, again, Buffalo coming in banged up on the defensive line, they would have an advantage on that with Luke Gedeke in his second game. Maybe the first game was too much. Now you get a chance to settle down there. You have Luke Gedeke. So that would be my advantages.
If the weather is bad, though, the Bucs have got to run it more and can't rely as much, I don't think, on the pass. That's obvious. How big a key is the run game, Greek?
Well, I'm really glad you asked that question, guys, because that's what I'm counting on. I don't like Tampa in this game. I've already expressed why I don't like Tampa in this game. However, I love Tampa in this game if it gets cold, and I'll love Tampa if you get some inclement weather. That's right. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers in inclement weather, because you got a cold weather quarterback in Baker Mayfield. He's not going to have to throw the ball 100 yards downfield every play. Okay, number one, he's very elusive in the pocket, and I love Tampa's running game. What I don't like, and nothing scares me, I don't like Buffalo's pass rush, and they are mediocre at stopping the run. Tampa will be committed to run this football. You get bad weather, you can play Tampa. You don't have bad weather, I don't like this game because Buffalo's in a desperate position right now.
My biggest concern, besides Josh Allen, Trevor, thanks a lot for the call. Appreciate you. Use that second one if you want to.
TJ, you can jump on that one.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Keep going, Peter. Give me your phone.
727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. My concern is not only Josh Allen, it's James Cook. Of course, the brother of Dalvin Cook. He's been very productive. Can the Bucs step up? The staple of their defense is to stop the run. Can they do that in inclement weather? If you have to depend on that running game being
Miami shut him down basically last week. They also stripped the ball from him on a key turnover. Now he destroyed Carolina at Carolina for what it's worth. He's been disgruntled at times because they've been platooning the other running back instead of him in some of the games as of late. He was upset in the Atlanta game when they weren't using him as much. And even in the Kansas City game, they didn't use him all the time in that game. So let's see if James Cook is a little unhappy or if he gets cooking as the Bills fans want to. It is interesting. This is only the 4th time the Buccaneers have ever played at Buffalo. I've been to all 3 of them. Man, they didn't play the first 33 years of the franchise. They didn't play in Buffalo until 2009. Raheem Morris, Byron Leftwich, as I've joked, Byron Leftwich was so bad that day. Shaq and Yao Ming couldn't catch some of the passes that he was trying to throw in that game. Terrell Owens caught a bomb over the top of Aqib Talib right in front of me in that game in Buffalo in 2009. Not that I remember this stuff. They were also there with Dirk Cutter, Jameis Winston. It was a competitive, close game. Winston threw a bomb to O.J. Howard that was right in front of me for a big touchdown play.
This man's like a human almanac.
But Buffalo came back and won the game. And then you had the Thursday night game when we were there 2 years ago, and Josh Allen was really good in that game. Baker Mayfield was kind of okay in that one, and the Bills ended up winning by a touchdown. So that's the only 3 times you've been there. This is the 4th time ever that you've been in Buffalo. Can you imagine that just because of the scheduling quirks, the Bucs had been in the league for 33 years and had never played in Buffalo until 2009? How about that?
You would have stumped me on that one. And TJ, I really hope you have to have a hoodie, a scarf,
I'm going to have layers,
a hat,
plural,
and gloves, and that little thing goes across the face because
I don't usually wear something across the face because I have to talk, but I'm going to have layers. I'm going to have the parka.
It'll sound like this a little bit.
Yeah, a little muffled. So we got all of that working in Western New York. Just thank God this is not December, mid-December, late December, where it could be in the teens or the wind chill in the single digits. That's been there before. will take 40, but apparently it's going to be raining. It's going to be wet, nasty, overcast.
Perfect.
Stay
Buccaneer weather,
tuned.
baby.
Stay
Buck weather,
tuned.
baby. Buck weather.
Well, Buck weather, absolutely here. I think David says, I think if it snows or it's really cold, White will have a hell of a game.
It's going to be too warm to snow. Not that we know anything about snow in Florida.
Is it really going to be 40 degrees?
40s is what we were told.
You're hoping that Arctic front just comes down a little bit quicker, because that rain will definitely turn into big white fluffy stuff.
Don't want that. No, I can roll with a lot. I mean, either way, you're going to get wet.
I'm wishing snow on you,
right.
TJ.
All right, I want to throw this out there. Let's go back to your initial thoughts, TJ, on the game against the Patriots there. Baker Mayfield, the offense, just not all there, although they do have some drives there. The first drive looks great with Luka. I mean, just give me some initial thoughts at that point.
They came out of the bye ready to go, and anybody that says otherwise doesn't know what they're talking about. You drive 65 yards in 6 plays and score a touchdown. You were ready to go offensively. The defense comes out and gives up a penalty on the first drive for a first down, and then the Patriots essentially go 3 and out after the penalty. So you were ready to go. They did a better job of adjusting as the game went on, and New England has stockpiled some young players, Travion Henderson, Drake May at quarterback, defensive side of the ball, their secondary, Christian Gonzalez, the different players that they have. They've stockpiled players the last 2 or 3 years because they've been bad. And so now they've got Vrabel in there to coach them up, Josh McDaniels on offense. They made adjustments. So credit them for making the adjustments as the game went on. But all of that being said, with the big plays, when Tyke Smith intercepted that ball, Peter, you and I have not had a chance to talk. Greek, you and I have not had a chance to talk.
Yeah.
But even to the web heads, when he picked that ball off with 4.5 to play, I'm standing down there on the field going, they're going to win the game. The Bucs are going to drive down, get a touchdown, and win the game. We have seen this movie over and over and over again, and it has a happy ending. Happily ever after. But it didn't have a happy ending Sunday, and credit New England that got the stops, and then Travion Henderson took off on the long run. They made the plays, but I mean, come back to you two. Did you think when Tyke Smith picked that off the same thing I thought?
Yeah, I thought they're going to go down and absolutely take advantage of it. And I believe it's the same. Is it the same drive there where you go for it on 4th down, and it looks like you've got Cade Otton for the first down, and then of course
that was the third down play. That was the third down play.
Third down play.
And he got sandwiched. Correct.
Yeah. So I mean, I honestly thought that offense was going to be able to do it. And again, you just give them credit. You give that New England defense credit. You give them credit because they knew how to shut down Baker Mayfield. And you're closer to the team. Baker Mayfield right now is not 100%. Does he seem like he's not 100% at this point?
He's not 100%, but he's better than what he was in Detroit and New Orleans. He has healed up some. The throws were there on Sunday. He missed a couple of them long in the game, but there were other throws where there's zip on the ball. You know, some are saying he's not running. Okay, yes, he hasn't run as much as prior to the Detroit game. Some of that is the defenses have adjusted, and they're now leaving a spy. They're leaving a middle back, a middle person in the back, a middle linebacker or a defensive lineman just kind of sags back and waits. Is he going to try to come out of here and go make a play on him? So you got to adjust to that adjustment. But I'm not going to blame injury at this point on him because I didn't see that Sunday. I was right there looking at it Sunday, and I don't think it's an injury thing with him.
I think he's a little bit tentative when he is trying to take off, but you're absolutely correct, TJ. They definitely have a spy, and NFL defenses have adjusted. They're tired of watching Baker do the same old thing to run 15 yards when it's 3rd down and 13, and all of a sudden he goes for 15 and he's running somebody over. They're going to try to stop that. But I'm going to say something that neither you – actually, you're really not allowed to say. Tampa lost this game, and they did not get outplayed. I give credit to the New England Patriots for this game, but this is not a game that New England outplayed the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think they were a little bit luckier, but you know what? I always said I'd rather be lucky than good any day of the week. And if you line these two teams up again, you would have a completely different result.
Yeah, I think it comes down to the explosive plays. That's what it comes down to, especially in the passing game there. A lot of people were critical of Todd Bowles switching out Morrison or Dean for Morrison, but they've done that throughout the year. The only reason why fans are are kind of, focusing on it now is because Morrison didn't have his best game. Well, he's a rookie.
Dean has been playing better, and they did play Morrison 2 or 3 series in a row, so that got pointed out. And again, on the catch and run by Kyle Williams, we didn't really know that name. It was only his 3rd catch all year when he caught that ball in the first quarter.
Yeah,
that's a case where, again, I've been around this enough. I've listened to enough defensive backs and defensive-minded coaches and analysts talk about this. Where Morrison got caught is you either have to play coverage or you got to play the ball and try to knock it out. He got caught in no man's land where he's not behind him playing coverage and he doesn't get there to knock the ball away. And once Williams caught it and turned up, there's no help. There's nobody there, and it's goodbye. So,
when you take risks,
when
you take risk and you get there, you're a hero. When you take risk, they call you toast.
Well, right. And you got to know too, in that situation, you've got to know if I am taking the risk, I do not have help behind me. This is potentially a 70-yard touchdown, which it was. So he's got to learn from that, and they've got to learn from that to a degree. Did you have anybody else in the comments or anybody else on the phone? What else you got here tonight before the Buffalo game?
Scott Broadway says, hey, TJ. Hey, folks, you call here. Absolutely. If USF's offense has 2 turnovers or less, they win relatively easy. Tell you what,
I agree with that.
We'll go out to one more phone call. Hopefully it's a good phone call. Hopefully he's got a good question.
Let's find out.
Joe Sway, welcome to the Evolution. You're on with the media icon, Mr. TJ Rives of the Buccaneer Radio Network. Football related, please go.
Damn, Peter.
That's not a good start.
First of all, I want to shout out TJ. He's a legend. You're a legend.
Wow, thank you. I appreciate that. TJ's more of a legend. Yes, thank you.
But okay. So you want to keep it football related? I'll keep it for this.
Well, no, you want to talk baseball or cricket? Let's talk baseball or cricket.
No, let's not talk baseball.
If he doesn't have something right now, he can call back. If he doesn't have something right now, he can call back. You always do that, Peter. You can check back.
I'll tell you what, Joe Sway, check back here. We're going to get TJ out of here. We'll talk to you later, my friend. All right. Go ahead and promote that great podcast, The Nothing But Bucs. We'll get you out of here on that.
Just did the Nothing But Bucs podcast. I don't know how much more you want to recap the New England game, but I gave some analysis on it. I gave you the highlights from Mean Gene Deckerhoff. Go ahead, hit it.
Yes, absolutely. Fire the cannon.
I know we're on the road, but can we get like 3 or 4 Mean Genes? Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Yes, that's what
we need some of that on Sunday. But anyway, the Nothing But Bucs podcast. We're on the air at noon from Buffalo, from Western New York on Sunday. Buccaneers Radio, the mobile app, 98 Rock, Buccaneer stations, NFL Plus, Sirius XM to hear it. And again, if you are able to find a way to win this, you are in great shape, not just good shape for the stretch run. And even if you don't win it, you're still okay. You're still okay. I think there's so much optimism because of the 6-2 start that just don't have a back-to-back loss situation here. Find a way to take care of Buffalo. You kind of owe these guys a little bit too, because they beat you a couple of years ago on Thursday night. Stay tuned. Josh Allen can be a problem. He's the kind of guy that can win the game by himself. Let's see if the Bucs can contain that as well. Anything else? Greek, are we good? Anything else?
El perfecto.
All right.
I think we're good. And it came down that Thursday night game. I will remember it all too well. It came down to a Hail Mary where it nearly came down to where the Bucs win that game with Baker Mayfield throwing that Hail Mary. That's how close it was. So you're absolutely correct.
He definitely didn't play his best game that night. And again, I don't know how much the pass game is going to be a factor. This may be take advantage of whatever's there. Short pass game, run game, low scoring defense, field goals. How does Chase McLaughlin do in the weather? They're still using Matt Prater as the kicker. You can't keep track of the constant carousel of kickers right now, but they're using Matt Prater as the kicker, and he's missed some kicks for them. So I don't know if they're maybe doing kicker tryouts or whatever for the bad weather coming up in Buffalo, but stay tuned. This will be intriguing coming up.
There's a question for TJ. I'm going to go ahead and put it up here.
What we got?
He says, wanted to ask TJ how he got to start in working with the Bucs.
Excellent question. So
Thank you,
Some would believe that I just hung around long enough that they finally said, can we get rid of this guy, give him an opportunity? Somebody would say that. No. Look, I was very fortunate, let's just say, that I got the opportunity to go to work in the late 1990s for the Buccaneer flagship station, at that time WQYK, and be part of the pregame show on Buccaneers Radio. And then the opportunity came a few years later to be part of the game broadcast. They knew I had done a bunch of play-by-play work with USF's football and basketball. They knew I had done a bunch of coaches interviews, pregame, postgame. And so Jeff Ryan, my boss, the Glazers, et cetera, knew that I had the ability to do some of that, do the sideline work, do the interviews with the coaches, with the players. And so that's where the opportunity came in 2005. And here we are 21 seasons later. And I have been around with Mean Gene Deckerhoff and Dave Moore. We have been together. Thank you, Mean Gene, Dave, and I, for 19 seasons of Buccaneer football. And Dave, by the way, tells great stories because, remember, he played in Buffalo for 2 years. During the Super Bowl season of 2002, he was not here. For 2 years in 2002 and 2003, he signed a 2-year deal as a free agent with the Bills. And he's talked about, you think it's bad weather? He goes, I played in some games, he goes, where you literally, the snow is going sideways, the lake effect snow with the wind, and you could not even see the other sideline. That's how nasty it was in Buffalo. Gloomy, overcast, it can be bad. So apparently it's not going to be that bad on Sunday for Buccaneers Bills, but we'll see what happens.
One more final point. That December 5th, that AAC championship game, if the Bulls beat Navy, we'll have that covered. But not only that, the very next day, I had to get up the next morning because we have an expo at the fairgrounds where we get a chance to interview Simeon Rice, Jimmy Giles, BJ Upton, Kevin Kiermaier, Carlos Pena, Peter Wolf. And then the very next day after that, I go out and cover the Bucs for the JP Peterson show and for the Sports Web against the New Orleans Saints. So if you guys are tuning in that weekend.
Huge weekend.
Yes.
Huge weekend upcoming. This is a large weekend. We might have mentioned this one more time. This is a large weekend for USF at Annapolis, early Saturday. Argument can be made, biggest USF Bulls road game ever in November with what's riding on it with the college football playoff. Again, get out to Tampa Joe's. Anderson Road, right off the Veterans Expressway and Waters Avenue. If you're familiar with the AMC 24 movie theaters in Tampa, this is, what is it, Peter, on the northwest corner of the property, right out front facing off Anderson Road is where Tampa Joe's is. Come be part of the Sports Web on Saturday morning or on Sunday before the Buccaneer game. Either one of the 2 days. You can't be there Saturday, be there Sunday. Can't be there Sunday, be there Saturday. And support this man with what he is doing for the Bulls and for the Buccaneers this weekend.
Love it.
And there's a lady that wanted to say hello to you. Her name is Joy Nolan. She's a Special Olympic athlete in the house. She's also a huge Bucs fan, and she's a fan of you. So
Joy,
I wanted to give her props.
Shout out to Joy. We love it. We just did it. We just announced it live, Joy, right here on the show. We'll do it live on the Sports Web.
There you go. The media icon, Mr. TJ Rives of the Buccaneer Radio Network. We'll see you soon. Hey, maybe we'll get you on.
Much love, brother.
I know that the Greek is a little bit on the comeback trail here. His outlook on narcotics has changed probably forever. That's inside baseball. Peter, behave. Greek, behave. You guys be well. We'll see you later.
TJ, may you be nice and cold up there, and I hope you get 1.5 feet of snow.
I don't want 1.5 feet of snow. I just want to get there, survive.
I want you to get you survive. Trust me when I'm telling you, this will favor the Bucs. Give me some cold weather, give me some inclement weather, and you will see a Buccaneer victory.
We shall see. You boys be well. See you later.
Take care,
Mr.
brother.
TJ Rives of the Buccaneer Radio Network. I got to get his sound effect when he says to Bucs fans, "Go away, don't come back." I love that. I love that. And everybody's picked up. Chris Cole picked up on that on Facebook. He was saying, what TJ Rives said, because there's been all this week that have been like, the season's over. They're going to lose the next 2 or 3. It's going to go back to the doldrums. Carolina's going to overtake it. And I'm like, Just got to get that sound effect. I got to find that sound effect where it's at.
You'll get the sound effects. If it doesn't work, you just haven't put it on the mic. You run it through StreamYard. You can save it. You can do whatever you want. You just get the sound effect, and he can do it.
Of course. So,
Peter, what a bad loss for the Bucs this past week. It was very disappointing to see that happening. But on the lighter side of things, how about a big win for the Chicago Bears again? My God.
Oh, absolutely. Gotta love that.
Wait up, little boy.
Oh, wait. That's
and all the pundits out there, before the season started, Chicago's not going to be anything. And now they're saying, wait a minute, they haven't beaten anybody. Oh, I don't know. They had the second toughest schedule to start the season. I can't help the teams that they beat. Their combined record is 15-41. I'm not going to sit here on a soapbox and tell you this team's going to a Super Bowl. They got way too many holes on defense. But I will tell you this, Peter.
Confidence at the right time.
They have the right head coach.
Yes.
And they have a quarterback. And dare I say it, Pete? He's a franchise quarterback.
He may be.
No, it's not a maybe. The man is the real deal. He is everything they advertise. He is a generational talent. And I'm telling you what, people are starting to take notice. They're a year away, maybe even 2 years away. Welcome home, Chicago. Caleb Williams, you can paint your nails any colors you want, baby. You win in that city, and promise you'll never have to pay for a meal or a beer your entire life.
Or even a manicure at that point, or pedicure if you want.
That's true. You had to go there, didn't you, Petey?
Sun Devil Dave, who is to Tampa Joe's watch party.
Since we're talking about the Bears.
Yes.
The Bears.
Yes, I know. Go ahead.
So I want to talk, of course, about the Bucs Bills game, but Harry the Greek, I got to ask you 2 questions.
All right.
Sure, go right ahead.
What do you think about picking up Gardner? Did I say it right? Gardner
Johnson.
CJ Gardner Johnson. What do I'll answer that first. You can ask your second. Go ahead.
And then the other guy they picked up, I know he was a former first-round pick with the Bucs.
Oh, Sequoia Tryanka, whatever his name is.
Joe Tryon Tryanka.
Joe Tryon Tryanka is a backup piece best. That's it. He's never going to supplant what they have at the
do you think they'll have an impact of where they can keep things afloat until Gordon gets back? They're also saying that maybe Johnson might come back mid-December from that crazy injury he's had.
Well, you're asking a lot of questions, so let me tell you what I do know from my connections that are good. It's not a problem. I'm old, so I can't remember more than one, so you might have to remind me of the other 2. As far as CJ Gardner Johnson, let me be really clear. He's been in the league back for 2 weeks. He was bagging groceries not too long ago. He's leading the National Football League in cornerbacks right now in sacks. He has a total of 16 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, 1 forced fumble. 2 games. That is 2 games. Now, are they waiting for Kyler Gordon? No, Kyler Gordon's got something to worry about because CJ Gardner Johnson is going to run that man right out of a job, and he's going to become a bench player. As far as the other corner.
Joe Tryon Tryanka.
No, corner, not defensive end, the corner.
Kyler Gordon.
No, not Kyler. No, what's their other?
Jalen Johnson. Well, he's supposed
Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson's supposed to be coming back, but nobody knows what the hell was wrong with him. He was injured as a non-football injury, and nobody has been able to find out what has happened. Let me tell you something. This team was a lot better with him. If you get Gordon back and you get Johnson with Tyreek Stevens and the rotation of bringing C.J. Gardner Johnson, who can play at any corner position, the slot and or safety, that defense is trued up because the pass rush is back. They're playing decent against the run, and that's what would make this team very healthy. But then again, if I had $1 million, I wouldn't be doing this. Okay,
oh, there you go.
You know what I mean, Peter, right? I mean, it's all about what it is. So to answer your question, the defense isn't all that good right now, but they're playing really good football, and it's exciting to see.
All right. What else, Sun Devil?
Real quick, I want to talk Bills Bucs. I think the key is going to be containing Allen, putting pressure on Allen. His numbers drop considerably when pressured. Under pressure as far as pass completion rating and all that. So another deal is containing Cook, and also how is Parrish going to handle Mr. Shakur on the wide receiver? They can contain him. What do you think about that, Pete?
Good point.
Parrish
I mean, Parrish has done a good job as a rookie, so I definitely think he'll be able to handle him. I want to see who's going to be on the other side. Is it going to be Jamel Dean? Is it going to be Benjamin Morrison? Are they going to still rotate? You're exactly right, though, because Shakir absolutely killed this Bucs team, I think, a couple of years ago with all the catches that he had. So that will be a great matchup, and this is the reason why you draft a young kid like Parrish and Morrison in the first place, so you can strengthen that position, and you can have that matchup, if you will, advantage over the players on offense for the Buffalo Bills.
That's true. And then do you think do you think Irving and Godwin can come back healthy this week? Both of them?
We'll see. I mean, why are they practicing? That's what I want to know. If they're not ready to play, I get it's limited, but maybe this was the plan all along. And then on top of it, missing out on Josh Williams, who was suspended for 6 games without pay for violating the NFL's performance-enhancing substance policy. That's another running back that you don't have. He was your 3rd running back. Now you don't have him. So maybe they are rushing Bucky back, or maybe this was the plan all along. It was just accelerated now with Williams in his absence, if that makes sense.
Well, I think a healthy Irving and Godwin in the lineup, and if White could step
definitely
up,
going to help. Definitely going to help.
Yeah, definitely would help. I mean, Bucky's
if
a big time
keys
weapon.
Are there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that they could win this game. I mean, I think they could make Josh Allen force him to make a lot of mistakes when they put pressure on him. He's going to fumble. Look what the Dolphins did, and I think the Bucs defense is probably better than the Dolphins overall.
I agree with that.
Just pray. Not last week they weren't, but yes, they are a better football team, especially defensively, but not last week. For some reason, Miami played out their ear hole, and Buffalo forgot what zip code or what town that they were in. Well,
that Miami weather, they're probably all playing beach volleyball and got drunk all night.
Just pray for bad weather up in Buffalo, because I think that will favor Tampa Bay in this game, especially with Baker Mayfield under center. Peter, there's a couple of comments that came through, and I'd like to defend something. So if you're done with David, I'd love to bring him up just for a minute.
Yeah. Harry, you're going to be there Sunday, right?
I'm going to do the best I can. You take care of yourself, brother.
I hope you're there
too.
on Saturday and Sunday, okay, my friend?
I'll be there definitely Sunday.
I want to ask you, though.
Goodbye forever.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I want to ask you, you've come out to those watch parties. What do you think makes this a great watch party, the Sports Web being a part of it? Besides that, what do you think makes it a great watch party to come out to? Tell the fans out there.
I think it's just a good atmosphere, great food. There's a lot of passionate fans that come out. People yelling and screaming. I mean, a lot of knowledgeable fans. They have beautiful screens, about 10 or 15 different screens up everywhere. They got the Bucs audio playing. It's a festive atmosphere, and Peter's there. We do the Tampa Bay chants and first down, and
we got the PA. We got the PA speaker ready to go. We'll be ready to go. Yeah.
Right, but we got to do one thing though for Harry and I. You got to have one screen for the Bears Vikings game though.
That's good enough to suck right there.
Come on, right, Harry?
Maybe
whatever, buddy. I can do whatever. We do whatever we got. What'd you say, Peter?
We'll see. We'll see. All right, man. Sun Devil Dave, I appreciate it. Yes.
I'll see you Sunday.
All right,
Dave. Take care, buddy.
I want to point this out because this guy never. I don't think he tunes in, but whenever he decided to tune in, he said, "You made a mistake on the post. You said rookie Bucky. Laugh out loud. He's not a rookie." Okay, I do apologize for that, but you also make all kinds of mistakes all the time because first, you always rule this team out. Second, you're highly critical of Todd Bowles. It doesn't matter if Todd Bowles wins. Anytime he loses, you want to fire him. You want to fire him as a defensive coordinator. So, don't be criticizing my mistakes when you make mistakes over and over again.
Blame it on your age.
I blame it on AI. That's what
it is.
Yes.
Well, I'm not really going to call anybody out, but since you want to make a comment, I'm going to defend this. Caleb Williams is overrated. He cannot process the game fast enough. Hold on to the ball too long. He's quite inaccurate. The Bears got the 4th best quarterback in the draft behind Jaden Daniels, May, and Bo Nix. And I'm going to leave this up here. Peter, you can chime in anytime that you want.
I think I'm just going to go full screen with you because I got
no. Do not,
okay.
I really want you to be part of this.
Okay.
As politely as I'm going to tell you, I appreciate your opinion, but it doesn't make it factual. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give you some facts. Okay. Where's Jaden Daniels? I'm waiting.
Hurt.
Where's he at? Okay.
He's hurt.
Can't finish.
Yes.
So before I start putting down other quarterbacks, everyone on this list I really, really admire. Okay. But to say that Caleb Williams is overrated, hold on. The 40 different coaches that he's worked with since he's been in 7th grade has been the most touted and sought after quarterback from high school, junior high, high school, college, and going into the pros. They're not all wrong. So, again, those are just opinions, but let me give you some facts. In year 1, he threw 350 plus pass attempts, not one pick. That's an all-time record.
That's crazy.
Not a rookie record, an all-time record. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. But he got sacked 70 times. He was also hit 250 times and still went 350 plus pass attempts without a what, Pete?
An interception. That's impressive.
There you go. So he's not turning the ball over behind a subpar offensive line.
Correct.
Now let's move into this year. From year 1 to year 2, he is the top-rated quarterback of all time that was drafted number 1 overall.
Mm-hmm.
Not number 1 not the number 1 quarterback that was ever taken number 1 as the first pick. Nobody's ever had statistics like that, ever. Oh, in the 6 games that he's come back and won, he's got a 145 passer rating, which is the quarterbacks that you listed aren't even close.
Mm.
They haven't had 6 comeback wins in the 4th quarter, let alone a 145 quarterback rating. So before you say someone is overrated, learn your facts straight. I respect your opinion. You might not be a Bear fan. I just so happen to be a Bear fan. And I've also been very critical about my Chicago Bears and players that have played there. But you're dead wrong on this one. And if you can find something that I've said that's incorrect, you want to play fact check like CNN, you go right ahead. But none of the quarterbacks that you listed have the statistics that that young man has. And guess what? He's only going to get better. That's all I got to say.
It's a good point. It's a good point. I would say Drake May right now is in the conversation, although you
absolutely, but doesn't have his stats.
No, does not have his stats. So
nope.
All right. Told you, Greek.
And by the way, Drake May throws a better, pretty deep ball than anybody in football right now.
Wow, look at that. Told you the Greek won't think we will win. Trevor says, Peter, what's up, brother? Thanks a lot for the call.
What's up, Trevor?
Oh, yeah.
Mike D. Roche's no more treatments. Yes, I want to
Hold
get
on.
You.
I knew this was coming. I knew this coming. So is Caleb Williams a better quarterback than an 8-year Pro Bowler Mayfield? I never said that.
Nope.
I never said that. Not
nope.
once. But
nope. And that's what they try to do.
But in a couple of years, probably.
Maybe. We'll see.
But you know what? We're going to have to find that out. But he's not overrated. Stop it. Josh Rosen was overrated when he was coming out of college. Those are overrated players. Some of the overrated players are considered bust. You just said he was overrated and he was no good. Are you watching the games? You don't come back 6 times in the last 12 games because of you with a 145 quarterback rating and say it's overrated. You don't throw 350 passes without a pick. Sorry, you just don't. You're not overrated. And the game ain't too fast for him. He's had 3 different offensive coordinators since he's been in the league. That's a problem. Now you got a head coach. Now you got an offensive-minded coach. Hold on, because it's going to be exciting. Don't hate. Join the club.
All right, so no more treatments. We'll definitely show that video on Sunday. All right, let's go out to this man. Joe Sway, welcome to the Evolution.
Joe Sway.
Yes.
All right, so first of all, appreciate you guys taking my call.
Man.
Yeah, man.
So I wanted to switch notes, of course. So the Bucs and the Magic both lost to Boston teams on Sunday.
Yeah,
which is unfortunate.
And by the way, Paolo Banchero got hurt tonight. He has. It looks like.
So I was going to get to that. Mm-hmm. So you're slipping a little bit ahead of me, Peter, but it's okay. It's your show. So, but I was going to say on that note, I had to hear a lot of it from the Boston, New England Patriot fans coming out. It was not a pleasant moment, working the gates, coming out, all the fans doing all their chanting and stuff. Well, that's enough of that. But yes, and then tonight we had the Lightning and the Magic both playing New York teams, to which the Lightning, unfortunately, lost big to the Rangers tonight. But the Magic, despite losing Paolo, and we don't know how long he's going to be out with that groin, came into the Garden and made a statement tonight. I feel like the Magic, without Paolo for the majority of the first half and then all of the second half, came in there, made some shots, locked down Brunson. By the way, he's hurt now. He had to hobble off with a bad knee or ankle towards the end of that game.
Right.
So Magic win in New York, but the Lightning lose to the Rangers. So 1-1, not too bad. So of course, as a Tampa fan in Central Florida, we don't like Boston or New York. So I gotta make note of that on the sports web, Peter.
I'm listening. No, I listen. Banchero, losing him is disappointing because finally you're starting to get this team, their chemistry is starting to come together a little bit. They're still lacking when it comes to shooting threes. You give up 4 first-round picks for Desmond Bane, and necessarily hasn't worked out. But I'm not ready to fire the coach. I think it just takes a little bit of time for them to put this together, but they've got to put it together because there's so many high expectations at this point for not only in the Magic being competitive, but being one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference. So I understand that. With the Lightning, I didn't get a chance to watch. Yes.
Question for you.
Yes.
What is your honest assessment of Jamal Mosley as the head coach?
I don't know. I mean, I think he's done a pretty good job of what he's been given, but it's tough. To me, it's incomplete at this point.
Is he a Tony Dungy type with the Bucs? Where
I think everybody wants to go that direction and say he's a Tony Dungy type. Remember, Tony Dungy came in. He had a bad franchise and absolutely remodeled that franchise, and it took him a couple years there to do it. 97. I mean, he came in 96 and then 97. I understand the whole thought process of maybe he gets you only so far, and that's where the Magic have to make that decision of who are you going to go with. But as long as the players are playing for him, it looks like they are. Again, they've had a slow start. That's because you've got new players on this team, especially Bane. You're trying to figure out still with the injury situation with now Banchero and Suggs, everybody like that. They just can't stay healthy. Hopefully they can stay healthy. To answer your question, I don't know. Maybe there is a change eventually where Magic management feels like after giving up 4 first-round picks and making that large investment, that maybe it's time to have a new voice. And I love Tony Dungy. I've interviewed him on this show before, but at the time, the players needed a new voice. They needed somebody to get them over the top. That was John Gruden. So maybe that's the move that the Magic make. Teams make that move all the time, and sometimes it works out. Sometimes it can be a complete disaster. We'll see, Josue. Appreciate the time as always. Anything else, my friend?
Yes, and then going back to the Bolts, what do you believe went wrong tonight for the Bolts?
I didn't watch the game. I was trying to produce.
Couldn't tell you.
I don't know. I'm watching. I'm producing the show, getting this show ready to go. I don't have a TV in front of me. Maybe if I get a TV in front of me at this point, I'll go ahead and try to watch the Bolts game while I'm producing. But I'll have to give you the analysis here on Monday after the Bucs game. How about that?
All right, Peter.
Gotcha. All right, man. Appreciate it. Sounds so disappointed. I mean, I can't do everything, guys. I'm producing the show.
I don't think he sounds disappointed. But before I go, I'm just going to go ahead and point out another thing.
Oh, God.
Zuzman, do me a favor.
It was Zuzman.
Zuzman, I don't give a shit. Okay? Don't call me a loser. Let me explain something to you. I didn't make it personal, but now you're going to make it personal, little brother. Don't do that. Okay? I tip in a week what you make, and I do this for a living. Stats are not for losers. You just called me a loser. I don't appreciate that, and I never do this live on air. So please don't do that because I'll never read one of your comments again. 2, a bad division? What are you kidding me? The NFC North right now is your most competitive division there is in football. Like I said before, and respectfully, I am going to tell you, you are entitled to an opinion. But be careful when you call people losers. It ain't nice. And I do take that kind of crap personal.
Well, you said stats are for losers. I don't think he was calling you, but I get what you're saying, Harry. Curtis,
don't call me a loser.
Harry, before you leave, Harry.
What's up, big brother?
I gotta say this, man.
What you got, little man?
The problem with a lot of our NFL fans now They're too invested in fantasy football.
Thank you.
Instead of watching.
That's okay. Anyway, no, seriously, I welcome all comments, and everybody is entitled to an opinion. But,
no, you're absolutely right. But
I will agree with him on one thing. I don't like PFF grades. I don't like PFF grades. So I'm going to ask you a question, okay? A quarterback that throws 350 pass attempts without an interception, do you think that's a bad quarterback or overrated?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, a quarterback that has six comeback wins in 12 games. 6 comeback wins in 12 games, and you have a 145 QBR rating.
Harry,
overrated?
No, absolutely not. Now let me ask you this:
what you got, little brother?
When is the last time the Patriots were relevant?
It's been a while. You know, my hat comes off to the New England Patriots. I still don't think they should have beat the Buccaneers this past game.
Because guess what? It took them this long to finally get a team back together. But you got to remember with the NFL is night and day, year by year. Because I'm sorry, where was the Washington Commanders at last year? And where are they at now?
The same place where I said they were going to be.
That's enough to suck right there.
Let me tell you something. It's a shame. You got a quarterback like Jaden Daniels that's got all the talent in the world, but the one thing he doesn't have is the body to be able to hold up, and it's a shame. It really is. And they stockpiled that team to make them as good as they're good, and they're not. And it's very disappointing to watch because I'm a huge Jaden Daniels fan.
And I also say it didn't help with, your most of your wide receiving room being out with injury with McLaren and then Debo being out.
But Peter, we've had the same problem all year.
I agree.
Okay. I'll use another example. I remember a couple of years ago when everybody was on the Arizona hype train because they were 8-1 in the middle of the season, and then they limped into the playoffs. But where's Kyler Murray now? Kyler Murray looks like he doesn't even go. He's not even going to be in Arizona next year.
Kyler Murray might not even be an Arizona Cardinal next year because they're so enamored with what Jacoby Brissett did in one game. Be careful what you want.
Correct.
Okay, I never was a Kyler Murray fan. I think he has all the talent in the world, but he was never He was never going to make it because of his size. He reminds me too much of a Bryce Young type of player, but even more talented than a Bryce Young.
And I'll say this to be fair to Kyler Murray. He's had different offensive coordinators, different systems. And then furthermore, here is the major problem with changing a coach. The coach, Kyler Murray is not his pick. It's not his guy. So there's
Peter. I didn't think about it that way.
There's no attachment. Cannon there, there's no attachment. So he may want his guy. It may be Jacoby Brissett being a bridge quarterback, or they may have their eyes on
Brissett's not bringing it. You know what? Seriously, Brissett is never going to bring them to the promised land, let alone even the playoffs.
No.
He is good for 1 or 2 games, Peter. You know that. I know that. He's like a Teddy Bridgewater. Nothing personal.
Teddy Bridgewater. Thank you.
That's it. You're going to get a couple of good games out of him, and that's it. Yeah. Once the NFL defenses, they adjust this quick to him, and then it's over. It's a shame because that young man in Arizona has not been able to stay healthy. It's not his fault. He's just.
No, it's not.
It just happens. Listen, gentlemen, I'd love to hang out. I really, really would. But, I got to go 7 up between the sheets, little man, and I got to bounce. That's just the way it rolls.
All right. Harry, the great professional handicapper extraordinaire.
Harry, we love you, brother, man.
We love you too. But before I go, I do got something from the grocery man, and I know everybody wants these college picks. This guy has absolutely been on fire. You want them? I'm going to give them to you. These aren't the Greek picks because I rely on somebody for the college games. Clemson and Louisville bet over 51.5. Pittsburgh plus 12.5 against Notre Dame. LSU lay the wood -5.5 against Arkansas. And do not be afraid to pay the Alabama Crimson Tide -6 against Oklahoma. That is John Bo's pick. He's the grocery man. Go get him and get him hard. We'll talk to you later, guys.
All right, good stuff there, Harry, the Greek professional handicapper extraordinaire. We appreciate your time, my friend, all right?
Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, there's someone wanting to know if you're still doing calls, but I won't be on to take them.
Yeah, we're doing calls. Yes, Cam, we're doing calls.
Y'all have a good day. Take care, man. Thanks for having me on, Peter. Go Bucs.
Go Bucs, absolutely. He says go Bucs, go Bucs.
Wait up, little boy. Wait up.
Go Bucs. Go Bucs.
How about them Bucs, baby?
Go Bucs. Yes, sir. Go for it.
I haven't really watched anything football in the last 2 or 3 days because I am simply disgusted with the NFL fans and even some of these guys that are, on TV and their predictions. Dude, the NFL has basically turned into gambling and fantasy football.
Yes, it has.
These people don't even watch the game for the actual damn game. Okay. And guess what? There are some good teams out here. Seattle's good. Patriots are good, whatever. But guess what? It only takes one loss in the playoffs. And you could have one bad game. And that 15-1 season or 15-2 season or whatever it is goes right down the toilet. Right down the toilet.
Agree.
Yeah. I'm just waiting, and I want all these Bucs fans out here or pretend Bucs fans or whatever you guys decide to be. Just continue to watch this team get healthy. That's all we're waiting on. That's it. This team gets healthy. I mean, dude, you've watched Baker struggle throwing the ball because guess what? There's nobody to throw the ball to.
Well, I think Tez Johnson has kind of stepped up. Abuka, he's getting over his injury. He stepped up. So they Kate Otten.
Tez, Abuka, and Otten.
Yeah. That's
those
tough.
Those are the three options right now.
That's tough. But you got Bucky Irving possibly again coming back to practice. We'll see. We'll monitor the situation if he plays on Sunday versus the Bills. And then of course you got Chris Godwin Jr., who I think would definitely be the key for this offense to get him back. Not only because
we just want him to be healthy.
Because he can get the separation, but also on third down, how important he is in this offense when it comes to third down, Curtis.
And here's my question for you, Pete. Because like I said, I know you've been a Bucs fan a long time.
Sure.
Would you rather have these guys come back right now? Or would you rather have them come back with 4 or 5 games left, knock the rust off, and go into the postseason healthy?
I like to go into the postseason healthy, of course. But again, this is up to the Bucs at this point, and obviously they've got some type of plan, and we'll see. Again, it may have been accelerated with Josh Williams and his suspension when it comes to Bucky Irving.
And I hate to say this, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. Nobody else in this division is going to win this division. The Saints, forget about it. Atlanta is probably the most talented, inconsistent team in the NFL.
Very true.
I just don't understand it.
Right.
And then the Panthers, they look great one week, and then next week you're like, what the hell are they doing? So, but it's football. Like I said, it's a week by week thing. I mean, again, I'll go back to the Patriots. They won 7 in a row. Who's to say? Well, they got the Jets, Cincinnati, and I think I don't know, but they got 3 pretty much layups their next 3 games. But no game in the NFL is a layup, not one. Because even this year with our Bucs, we've had some scares. That Jets game was terrifying.
Right.
So people stop bashing bowls. This guy is doing. I mean, come on, man. You have to do the best with what you have.
Agree.
You have to. And I mean, like I said, I've said it once. I'll say it again. If any other team was as beat up as we were, they wouldn't even stand a chance. They wouldn't. But go Bucs. And I'm really excited about Buffalo. I really hope we go to Buffalo and get a win this weekend. It'd be a huge win. And hey, I'm ready for this team to get healthy. That's it.
Well, I'm going to throw this out there because we've been throwing the question out there tonight. What makes a good watch party? Because I'm having a couple this weekend. Saturday, starting with USF at noon. We'll start about 11 o'clock, 11:30 with your pregame show, getting you ready for USF versus Navy. And then, of course, Bucs versus the Bills. Curtis, I need you to come out there. But what do you think makes a good watch party when it comes to watching the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Is it friends? Is it environment? What is it?
Well, number one, I'm going to give you a couple things for me. Number one, I want a nice size TV to watch the game, and I want to be able to hear the game.
You got it.
Okay. Number two, you always need some good food, some chicken wings, some queso.
Yep.
maybe some cold beer, a couple shots, whatever.
Got it.
You just want a great environment at any watch party. You don't want the BS. You don't.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want the negativity. You don't want the garbage. I mean, let's say I got a cousin. He's a diehard Buffalo fan, and we could sit next to each other and watch the game next to each other. And there's going to be some trash talk, but friendly trash talk is okay.
Sure.
It's some of those people that go overboard, and you're like, all right, bro, I don't want to sit next to you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to watch the game with you. Any of that crap.
Right.
But definitely some great food. Great food always makes everybody happy. So a great food and a win. And a wing. That's it.
A win and a wing. So my question for you is, where are you going to be on Sunday, 9316 Anderson Road in Tampa? It's Tampa Joe's, because we got all those things. Great atmosphere, wings, hopefully a win versus the Buffalo Bills. You can bring your cousin if you want to, and we can definitely watch all those TVs.
I'm going to be with the girls this weekend.
Okay.
And it's tough being a daughter's daddy, because the one thing they don't want to do is watch football. So I have to watch football on my phone, or hopefully I can preoccupy them with something else to watch the game. But they know Daddy loves football, and they know Daddy loves them Buccaneers. So
bring them out.
You know what? Is it going to be cold this weekend?
I don't think it's going to be cold this weekend. You should bring them out. So we'll have food there. We'll get them on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. They can make their appearance. You can come on the Evolution, and we can meet face to face.
I'm gonna try to bribe them with some chicken wings.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what you do as a dad. You're doing your job now. Good dad.
Yeah, girls love. For some reason, girls love to eat more than guys.
See, there you go, Curtis. I expect to see you on Sunday at Tampa Joe's, 9316.
Where is it? It's in Tampa.
It's by AMC Veterans, right next door to AMC Veterans, 9316 Anderson Road in Tampa.
Okay. We'll see if we can get a ride out there. All right, no problem, brother. I got you.
Let me know, man. If you can't get a ride, I'll get you a ride out there.
All right, brother. I got you.
All right, Curtis. I appreciate the call. One of my favorites. I've never met this man face to face. I love to meet this guy I love to meet all you web heads face to face for these watch parties. This is the reason why I put it on there. I could stay at home. I could do it right from here. It'd be easy. Tampa Joe's is right down the street from me, but I could stay right here, plug in the Wi-Fi, put in the TV right here so I could watch it. And we could do a half and a post game. But I like to get out. I like to meet some of you guys. I like to give Bucs fans the opportunity to come out and have a good time and eat great food and go to a great place and be a part of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. I'm not going to invite some of you guys to my house to be on here, but I will invite you out to Tampa Joe's. All right, so let's go out to Broadway from North Carolina. Broadway, welcome to the Evolution.
It's time for your bright side.
What's going on, bright side, Broadway? Well, what's on your mind tonight?
We're going to beat the Bills.
Okay.
And I'm very confident.
You're very confident at this point. Okay, why are you so confident?
Because I think we have a chip on our shoulder again, and we have something to prove.
Okay. All right. I like it. I like the analysis there, my friend.
Let me explain why.
Okay.
When the guy, and you know this, when the guy taunted Baker Mayfield, he said, "Watch what happens." They were in the creamsicle jerseys, and I think it was the Philadelphia Eagles. And they were giving him junk. And he said, "You just watch what happened." They had a chip on their shoulder, and they won that game. And he scrambled and got it done.
Well, it looks like certainly that Baker has a chip on his shoulder with the comments that he had about this team making mistakes, getting upset, and kind of being more consistent, if you were paraphrasing what he had to say on Sunday. So the chip is already there. To me, it's it really is an important game. I mean, yeah, you could lose and be 6-4. It's not the end of the world, but you don't want to lose 2 in a row because then you got to go to LA. That's always a tough place to play. Rams are a tough team, could be the top team in the NFC right now.
And the crowd is not easy either.
That's it.
The Rams.
That's it. So definitely got to put a win together here, and maybe you got an opportunity to do that. But you're going to have a Bills team that's going to have something to prove. They still want to stay in this division race because New England is running away with it right now, which is so crazy to say because everybody thought it was going to be Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills and his MVP campaign, and they were going to run away with it. And this is why you play the games in the first place. What else, my friend?
It's not going to be easy by no means.
All right.
And the Buffalo Bills are not an easy team, but we can get it done. And I think we will.
All right.
And the best food for a Tampa Bay watch party is wings, pizza, and ribs.
All right. So that's what makes a good watch party is the food, huh?
And of course the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the big screen.
All right. Good stuff, my friend. I love a bright side.
If I have a teleport, I would be there.
I know you would, man. I appreciate you as always. I know you're in North Carolina, but anytime you get down here to Tampa, we'll definitely meet up, my friend. All right?
You brother, thank y'all for a good show.
Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure, Brightside. Great stuff as always. All right?
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Love that guy. Love that guy. He's always on the bright side. All right, let's go out to Adam from Utah. I think this is the problem. It's not really a problem. It's a great problem to have, but most of the callers, most of the webheads, I will notice they're not all local, which is, again, I have people from Costa Rica. I have people from the UK and Scotland. And now I got this guy from North Carolina. We call him Brightside Broadway. And then we'll go out to Adam here, who used to be local, but now he's in Utah. Adam, welcome to the Evolution, my friend.
Hey there, Peter. How's it going?
It's going good, man. I'm trying to figure out how we can get more Bucs fans out to these watch parties and what makes a good watch party. So we'll start there. What do you think makes a good watch party?
Well, number one is great company. There's no question. If there's anybody that I'd want to be at a watch party with, it would be you, sir.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Second is you got to be able to have the option of seeing all the games. That's number two.
Mm-hmm.
And number three, of course, is the great food. Me, I like mozzarella sticks and I like nachos. Good snack food.
There you go. Good stuff. They got all that there. It's too bad you're not here, but Tampa Joe's definitely has all that.
I'd be there. I'd be there. I'd be there.
I know you would, buddy.
So I don't want to reflect too much on the Patriots game, and I heard some of the conversation with Harry the Greek and TJ, but I don't know if you guys mentioned it to me. Yeah, the long plays by Drake May kind of killed us, no question about it. But it was that second touchdown in the second quarter where we had them at 4th and 1. Where we had stopped them 3 times at the 1 yard line or the 2 yard line.
Yep.
And then they get to the touchdown to Stephon Diggs.
Yes.
If we hold them there, the whole mentality of the game is completely different coming out of the locker room.
Correct.
For the third quarter.
Because it's not 14-10 at that point. It's 10-7, and you feel good about yourself. Yes.
You're down by 4 points, but more importantly, you're thinking, we have only 2 quarters to get 4 points. Now, I wouldn't think that way. I would think, oh my gosh, I've got 30 minutes. I've got plenty of time to do it. Now, that being said, I go back to whatever to Warren Sapp always said. Our offense scored 23 points. You know what? That was enough. If your defense is playing on point, 20 points or more should win the game. As far as I'm concerned, I am not disappointed with our offensive performance this Sunday. We scored 23 points against an extremely good defensive team. I'm disappointed in our defense in allowing those big plays. It's great that you can say, well, in the trenches, we were great it doesn't matter. You still allow 28 points against you. So to me, I'm not disappointed in the offense. Yes, perhaps if things went different this season, we might have scored more points against them, but that's a coulda, shoulda thing. We played well on offense as far as I'm concerned, and that's all I need to say on that. So moving forward, right now we have an undefeated record whenever we've lost a game, right, Peter?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And by the way, the comments out here, you were not blocked. I didn't block you. Just haven't been able to get in, but you're not blocked on the show. Not at all, Zuzman. You can call in after Adam's done. But go. What were you saying now, Dave? I mean, what were you saying now, Adam? Sorry.
I was saying that we're undefeated immediately after we've lost a game this season. We've not lost 2 straight.
I believe that's correct. Yes.
So I have every confidence in the world for us this weekend, as long as our offense continues to progress, and as long as Bowles can get on his defense to not allow the long plays, we'll be right into the end, and we'll probably win it. But yeah, I'm picking the Bucs to win the game.
Picking the Bucs to win the game. All right, man. I appreciate the call as always. Hope you're doing well. How are you doing health wise? Good. I'm
doing great.
All right,
doing great. We're about to go to just a regular Band-Aid tomorrow. So it's almost healed up. All the stitches are out. So we're good to go.
All right. Well, we'll have to definitely get you back on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television to promote what you're doing. But man, get well. Take it easy.
Thank you, sir.
And feel free to call in Sunday if you want to, my friend. All right.
All right. I will. Have a great night.
Yep. Appreciate you. All right. Good stuff there. Let's get out to the comments here. And then we'll probably wrap this up for the night because, again, I want to keep this under 2 hours so we can use some of these reels. We'll see what happens at this point with everything. I want to make sure, though, we read comments. Let's see. Weather at Navy, Saturday afternoon, 57 degrees. I like that. That's always a good thing. I think if it snows, it's really cold. White will have a hell of a game. Read that. Baker needs to clean up 15 missed passes that stalled drives on Sunday. 5 for 13 for third down. You're absolutely correct. He even said that. So good comment there. King Cook, 1485 facts. We were in position to try and win the game. That's all you can ask for your team, despite how the game went. Real Berg native. Okay. Baker will, the majority of the time, just play okay, especially against teams over 500. Yes, he can light it up. Okay. King Cook, 1485. Plus, Bucs fans can't expect all rookies to make the right plays every time. They are learning on the fly. Laugh out loud. Let's see. Where is I woke up feeling dangerous Baker at? I think he's still there. I think he's banged up at this point. And again, not having the weapons there, having an offensive line. I don't know. Maybe this is the week where he feels dangerous. But then again, it's a different Baker Mayfield. He's not going to be, dangerous with the ball. He's been able to cut down on those turnovers. We already answered that question. Thank you very much. That was a huge PI not called on the last Hail Mary. Very good. Absolutely. Lightning lost. Magic won the Battle of New York City. We read all are better. So is Caleb Williams a better quarterback than 8-year pro? Read that one. Let's see. Caleb Williams sucked the first year. This year, he folds like a lawn chair every time he faces a strong team with a strong defense. Aloha, Peter H. Blake, TJ Rives, Harry Berg, the Greek, and Buccaneer family. Aloha to you. Todd Bowles is an upgraded Lovie Smith. Great coordinator, but average head coach. I don't know about an average head coach. If you win the NFC South, you win your division every year. I don't know about average. None of the quarterbacks that I mentioned have same weapons Caleb has. Bo, best wide receiver is Sutton. May is Old Diggs. Daniel is Debo Samuel. Caleb has Adunzier, Moore, Loveland, and Still. Stats are for losers is a common phrase. You're taking off, brother Harry Berg, the Greek, with have a wonderful evening. Was not directed at you, calling you a loser. Okay. I didn't think so either. I didn't think you were calling Harry a loser. I don't like PFF grades either. I never said the Bears are a weak division. I said Bo Nix reached the playoffs in his first year, and it dismantled Broncos now leads one of the most difficult divisions in football. David says, I know you didn't mean this way, but it bothers me. Whenever people say that Tony Dungy built this team, no, it was Rich McKay. He brought in Nickerson, Sapp, and Brooks before Dungy even got here. We all say it was the key to the change was Nickerson, Sapp, and Brooks. Very true. Rich McKay, definitely the architect of it. But what Dungy did build was the culture that wasn't here, a winning culture, and he was able to cultivate that talent. So you know what I meant. Van House Live, Peter, are you still doing calls? We are. Not disappointed. I was able to watch a little bit. Well, I watched. It was 4-3 New York at the time. Still F New York and Boston teams. Washington went all in with veterans and got old quick. Good TV, good weed, and women make a great watch party. Thank you very much for that.
Oh, yeah.
We have the good TV. I'm not going to go with the drugs. And there are women there. I mean, I'm not bringing women there, but who knows? Football is overrated anyways. You stay at home for other sports, laugh out loud. But it was nice talking a little ball and puck with you. Thank you very much for tuning in. One thing you forgot to mention about last year is that the Commanders, Pats, and Broncos defenses are far better than the Bears in the last 2 years. Very good point. 5th time in his last 10 starts dating back to last year's season finale in Green Bay that Williams had engineered a late game winning drive. It's the most by any NFL quarterback in that span. Good stuff there. Van House Life Bucks need a new, I'm not going to read this, comment. Don't underestimate the power of beautiful women who love the Bucs at your watch party. It will work every time. I never underestimate beautiful women being at a watch party. I just don't know if I can provide that. We'll see. We're trying to keep this, a little family oriented, but I know what you mean. There is talent there. It's not just all guys, trust me. But there's been a lot of Eagle fans there instead of Bucs fans. So we need more Bucs fans to come out this Sunday as the Bucs take on the Buffalo Bills. We'll be live at Tampa Joe's 9316 Anderson Road in Tampa. And then, of course, we got you covered when it comes to your USF Bulls on Saturday afternoon at noon. But you weren't blocked. Nobody's blocked on this show. I don't know why. If you tried to call in, wait, they're back at practice, or are they playing? Again, Bucky Irving returned to practice. Chris Godwin Jr. returned to practice today, so we'll see if they play on Sunday. So we will wrap it up right there. No other comments, so appreciate all the calls. Appreciate the guests of the night. Mr. Harry, the Greek professional handicapper extraordinaire, and, of course, the media icon, Mr. TJ Rives of the Buccaneer Radio Network. Again, the question is out there. We'll put it out there in social media. What makes a great watch party? I think we got one of the best. We got 2 this weekend for you, whether you're a Bulls fan on Saturday or whether you're a Bucs fan on Sunday, as, of course, the USF Bulls take on Navy. They control their own destiny. If they win out, more than likely they will host an AAC championship game at Raymond James Stadium, and we got you covered here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. But join me at 11:30 on Saturday morning as we talk USF Bulls. Get you ready for that game versus Navy, and maybe some Bucs, maybe some Magic, maybe some Lightning, whatever you want to talk about. We got you covered there at Tampa Joe's. And then on Sunday, we'll definitely be live at 11 o'clock, 11 a.m., getting you ready for Bucs versus the Buffalo Bills. An important game here. Can the Bucs rebound after that disappointing loss to the New England Patriots? And, of course, the Bills, they want to rebound after they lost to the Miami Dolphins. So like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. Friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake. Give to the content. If you like the content, Facebook stars are available. And, of course, YouTube Super Chats. And do 3 things, guys. You know them, you love them, you got to have them as we wrap it up for the night. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And for fans of the Sports Web and the Tampa Bay sports fan, especially you Go Bucs fans, it's your time. We'll see you next time on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. As we always say on this show, you know it. Go Bucs.